Thanks for the song. Thanks for the song. Look at my new Super Training Powerlifter shirt because I got to go over to Super Training today and coach while Mark and Chris Bell gave their War on Carbs seminar. I got to give the preacher curl station. I got to coach the preacher curl station. Anyway, they came home and the wife was moving this big pile of rocks as we're trying to transform this driveway. That fence actually is new, but it's a temporary fence. We have new panels coming in, so that gate is new, but it's temporary. And so I'll be putting in like these double gates, so they'll open that way because of that guy right there. Cannonball. He tends to just break out. So that temporary gate is a little bit better for him, but now he's figured out he can go 1, 2, 3 rungs up and he kind of squeezes 110-pound American Pit Bull body through the middle of that gate. So anyway, that's what we did. Me and the wife did that. She went inside to make sandwiches, and even though I got to coach at Iron Mile today, my home gym, place where I train 95% of the time, and I got to coach at Mark's gym, I have not got my own workout in, with the exception of while the class was going, I did 4 sets of 25 toes to bar, and that was tough. Thank you, Victory Grips, for being so good at what you do, and that's making grips. So my hands are fine. Probably hurt more from shoveling than anything else. And then I was demoing the preacher curl / educating myself because I don't really preacher curl, and wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about and how it felt. So what I'm gonna do is, I have this bar set up right over here. It's 115 pounds. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna do 100 push-ups, and then every time I have to break, I'm going to do some overhead squats. I think I'm gonna do 10. So I'll do 10 overhead squats at 115 every time I break my 100 push-ups. You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we do 150 push-ups? Yeah, and every time I break, I've gotta do 10 overhead squats. That sounds terrible. I don't have a timer. I'm not really worried about it. I just need to get into some work. I got the 25 toes to bar, and my shirt's a little sweaty from doing all the rock stuff, but whatever. I guess I could do it with my hands on the bar. It sounds like a bad idea. I should go back to 100 if I do that. Forget it. I can wash my hands when I'm done. So 150 push-ups. These would probably be the most legit push-ups you've ever seen in your life. What's 36? Smaller 30 guys. Okay. Right then. 36. How long do I rest for? I actually struggle with this in normal CrossFit competition. I'll take some time to talk about that because I know I shouldn't start my push-ups again right away. But it's like, you want to get back to work, but you know you might fail. So it's easier with something like wall balls, burpees, you know, dumbbell snatches, but like when you get high skill movements that take a lot of energy just to even get them started, or heavy weights, it takes so much just to get started. It's like a bad idea to go right back to work because your heart rate is going to go up higher and higher and higher. So anyway, push-ups are kind of weird because you have to stay braced in order to do them right, and they're almost like an isolation movement, so they go away really quickly. I probably should have said 100 on camera before I started this. I thought I was punking out if I do 150. Because I'm not doing 36 push-ups again. I'll be lucky to get 24. All right, we're at 60. After that set, and then I did after the first set of 36 and 10. No warm up. For me, you know, I won. Well, for me, the ability to go into an overhead squat at 115 with really no warm up. Although I have been moving, shoveling. I think we did like probably 10 wheelbarrows full of rock. Without doing any mobility, and there's no pain in my shoulder. That's a good feeling. It's rare because for you guys who are watching maybe and you struggle with shoulder issues or whatever, sometimes it takes so long to warm up that it's just like not worth it because you have only so much time to really work out. And that can just be frustrating because you're like, I'm gonna warm up, it's gonna take my shoulder 20 minutes to be ready. Really only have an hour today on a good day. And so I gotta get 40 minutes of training in. It's like 40 minutes isn't that much, but it's just like 40 minutes is not as good as 60 minutes if you can just go into something. So for you guys, I'd say this, I'd say, hey, don't try to do overhead squats and snatches quite as often because you're probably not gonna make a huge amount of gain there in general. But do a shorter warm up, like 5 to 10 minutes and mobilize and warm up the shoulder if you're not gonna use it. You get 50 minutes of training, but you're not doing, you know, overhead squats. You're doing other things. So it's not like you're not addressing the shoulder at all. You're just not doing it for 20 minutes. You're doing it for 5 or 10 minutes. And that way you're still making progress on the mobility side. You can make some capacity changes in the area of strength or engine by not having to spend so much time on the shoulder. Hopefully I can get back to 20. That'll put me at 80 to the 60 so far. We talked a little bit longer that time. Overhead squats aren't too bad. I thought as the push-ups got worse, you know, bigger set or further in, that would get harder. Not too bad. Well, at some point these big sets run out and you kind of have to just deal with the smaller ones and doing a lot of overhead squats. My push-up endurance, at least relative to the people I've been training with, is pretty good. I don't know how it compares to somebody like Rich Froning or something, but actually I do know how it compares. Right now, so high. But I know if I rest a little bit longer, I should be able to get another decent set. Hopefully 20, put me at 104. At least you're in triple digits, the lights at the end of the tunnel. I want to. On the other side, standing. Left. How do you do 48 more push-ups in as few sets as possible, but still keep your time down a little bit. Well, if I can get 16 right here, maybe I go 16, 16, 16. Since my dog or my kids haven't come back out, I can hear my dog whining at the back door. Oh, there he is. Thank you. One of your stuff, lift up. One 18. Left. That lockout might be getting hard because I'm locking out the overhead squat as well. Obviously, it's also the hard part of the push-up. I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but I try to keep my hands pretty narrow, which allows my elbow to track along my sides. Helps a little bit for me. Of course, if you're doing push-ups, you're like this your whole life. I move you in, you're gonna suck at it. But in the long run, you'll have less shoulder issues. Oh boy. $36 total, 136. I think I'll try to make last at 14. We'll do a little. More push-ups. Should be no big deal. Unless I do 13. That'd be dumb. How well do you know your body? This is where we're gonna teach you, like, how well. How good are you at this? I just have a lot to learn. I'm gonna go right now. Hopefully it'll be easy. If not, I'll have to do an extra set and just get better. 14 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. In fact, I went about 10, 15 seconds earlier. All those lockouts were tough. Honestly, you guys, my wife has been doing a ton of the work around this house. I've been doing stuff in the gym, not really training. Some people think like, oh, you're taking all the time training. Cool jet going overhead. Not so much. Actually, training isn't as big of a priority in terms of how much time I can devote. Although when I do devote time to it, I try to make sure my training is like impactful. I do that a couple different ways. I'll do that in a different video, but I just try to make sure it counts. My wife gets to the gym too. 3 to 5 days a week, depending on the week. Even sneaks in an extra workout every now and then. But she really is very good and diligent about getting through a lot of the home projects. So I'm super thankful for her and what she does. Get our house to look more like a home every day.